Hello everybody, welcome back to Dark Souls 2 with Flik the Mage, and my god, we got through Shrine of Amana in one whole episode. I cannot believe it. We're going into another area now. It's been a day or two again since I last played. I was kind of getting over Shrine of Amana. I still can't believe I did it in one. The next area, Undead Crypt, is pretty difficult as well, I must say. It's not easy, although you can still take advantage of the same thing I took advantage of in Shrine of Amana, in that you can abuse poison arrows to great effect. And I can't remember if this has water in it or the stuff that makes explosives do more damage, so I'm not going to roll into it. Through here we have a hollow with a torch. This enemy is actually not an enemy because he's not aggressive. Watch, I'll just walk up to him. Hello, hollow friend. He just kind of stares at you, and then he acts like a NPC summon in that he kind of follows you and backs off if you get near. You think, oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? We've got a pet hollow. No, it's not nice. Murder him. You shall see why once I make it through the first room of Undead Crypt, which is actually one of the more difficult rooms. So if we turn the camera a little bit there, you can see I've got a hollow there. There's like 3 or 4 more hollows, but at the back there's 3 sorceresses. They're not quite the same as the ones in Shrine of Amana. They don't fire the heat-seeking soul arrow thingies. They fire hexes mostly. And I'm just trying to get around the corner a little bit to see that hollow just to remove him, but for some reason it's not locking on. I think I triggered him though. Yeah, I did. Still couldn't lock on until he was right there. I am very pleased of the damage though. Okay. So yeah, what we're going to do here is we're going to get out our trusty bow, and we're going to do this whole thing again. Not on the hollows, on those people. Oh, she's seen me. They do have the same lock-on range as the bloody Shrine of Amana people. She's poisoned. Oh no, she's not. Although oh yeah, she is. Fine. I'm really pleased that did basically nothing to me. The plus points of being a mage, I suppose. I'm just going to shoot her again to make sure she dies. Barely got away that time. They've got a lot more health than the ones in Shrine of Amana though, so that is a thing. You've got to make sure the poison procs for long enough to actually kill her. And you know what, yeah, we'll shoot that hollow there because I want it to come get me. If I poison it and it dies before it gets to me, even better. But it's just so it's out of the way and I don't need to worry about it. And while he's walking towards me, we will just snipe this other... I think they're called dragon priestesses. I'm not 100%... No, wait, no. They're crypt wardens or something like that. Confusing them with another mage type later on. Either way, for some reason she isn't firing at me. I've got no idea why, because she can see me. She can very clearly see me. What happened to that poisoned hollow as well? Did it die? I guess it died. Right, there's at least one more mage for sure, but I'm going to have to walk in a little bit. Actually, I'll keep my sword out, because I think there's a hollow to the right that I haven't killed, or is it the left? It's the right. Right, so what have we got here? There's another mage on the right there. I can see the leg of a hollow on the left. So first things first, it's poison time. Now no, as a melee build, you technically don't need to resort to these cheap tactics, even though you will take more damage from those spells they spam. If you run in a little bit, pick off the hollows, run back out, heal, run back... Oh, he's using a great bow, very impressive. Yeah, run back out, kind of do it in waves as it were, you can heal between them. Just don't try and get overconfident and charge in and murder everything, because when you get close to them, they cast... Oh, what is it? They cast a very specific spell when you're near them. It's not Wrath of the Gods... maybe it's a combustion. I can't remember, sorry. But when you get near them, they change what spell they cast. Well, actually, if there's one left alive, we might be able to find out, I suppose, because I can handle one in close combat. But either way, they definitely cast a different spell when you're close by, so you have to be very, very cautious. Right, that is... I found this first room that I've just cleared now such a pain as a melee build. But yeah, if you do it in waves, like I said, take it slow, you should be okay. And through here, this should be empty. It is, and we might get a bit of dialogue up here, so I will be quiet for a second.
Hold. Human, do not produce light. Light, and all those who bear it, are unwelcome in this place.
Right, so now do you get why I murdered that nice innocent hollow back at the start? Because it's actually a trap. If he's still following you at this point, he makes all the grave wardens up there and the NPC I'm about to speak to aggressive towards you. Meaning that you would have to kill him, and in doing so you would get a sin. You would also deny yourself an NPC summon for the boss, and you would also deny yourself a what does he give? A gesture, that's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, let's talk to, I think his name is Agdayne or something.
I am Agdayne.
Agdayne.
Guardian of the Crypt. Countless dead rest here in peace, cradled by the comfort of dark. Light only agitates. We have no need for it here. I am a finito. We weave death and watch over the dead. This task was granted to me by the one who gave us the first death. Countless souls rest here. Some of them from ages long ago. Some were rich, others poor. Some wise, some dull, but now they're all just dead. Did you come for him? The one called Vendrick. You will find him deeper inside. Many castle servants and the like have come to fetch their lord, but they rest here now, put to death by the king's own guards. Perhaps he's not in the mood for company. In the past, humans were one with the dark. The former king of light, he feared humans. Feared that they would usher in an age of dark. How queer you humans. How you go on, never separating truth from fiction. This place is welcome to all, provided...
Okay, now he's not into interesting lore. I think he's just talking about obeying the rules of this place, and now he should give me, yep. So we learn the have mercy gesture. I could have used that in Shrine of Amana. He also sells a shield of the insolent. He also sells the set of the insolent, thorn ring, some arrows, tons of human effigies. I'll just buy one because if I die, I'll lose the souls I'm carrying anyway. I should have held on to my money. He has a copy of Soul Vortex and another copy of Soul Spear. Huh. I need that. I need 12 grand souls. Do I have any consumables on me? I want 12 grand souls right now. I've got a bunch. How much is a Brave Warrior soul? Okay, that will bring me close, and then I can just use a couple of the smaller ones. I said use it. Thank you. This will give me a grand, right? Well, slightly over, but that's fine.
What?
Look, I'm right back. I'm going to buy that spell I was perusing in your... Where is he keeping these things? In his underwear? So now I have 2 copies of Soul Spear. I need to equip it, obviously, so ideally I still need to push towards that next attunement slot. But yeah, now in talking to him, I can't pronounce his name and I have the volume down so low I didn't hear him pronounce it, so I'm just going to call him the... What did he call himself? He called himself a Finito, so I'm going to call him Finito. Yeah, now that we've exhausted his dialogue and we haven't murdered his face... Uh-oh. Oh, it's these bastards, yes. Oh, I forgot, this is the other reason I've been putting off doing this area. It's filled with these guys who block even when they're not blocking, and it pisses me off to no end. Oh, I could knock him off. No, I don't have enough stopping power with this sword, no way. What about my greatsword? Does that go through his defence? Does it, bollocks? I'm going to have to treat these guys like the ones in Shaded Woods and go for backstabs, but trying to fight him here? That ain't going to work. I can't even get past him now. Oh, can I keep shoving you? No. Well, that's the first ever successful parry I've done. Get off! Go! Damn it! Ah! Well, let's use the first Estus of the video. Here, I've got a great sword with your name on it. Even if he blocks, this should still kill him. In fact, let's do a Homing Crystal Soul Mass. See what this does. He's backed right off. Well, if I fire at him a few times, I can use the Soul Mass. Oh, I can use the Soul Mass on that one. Now there is a... I don't know what to call it really. A side quest of sorts in this area. Oh, that has amazing knockback. Fantastic. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to start a little side quest now. Yep, we want to fall down here. Don't worry, it's safe. Well, other than the hollows, but I can take them out with a sword. No need to waste magic on them. And we'll take a Simpleton Spice and a Soul of the Great Hero. And now we should be able to get to a ladder. Yep, there we go. I'm just reminding myself here as much as showing you guys. At the top here there will be one more hollow, I believe, and also a chest. And it's the chest we want. Right, there we are. So if you're familiar with Dark Souls, and you remember... Oh, I really shouldn't hit walls. If Yeah, if you're familiar with Dark Souls, you might be familiar with how you deal with Loltrick once he betrays you and kills the Firekeeper. You invade his world using a certain item to kill him and get her soul back. Well, the Crushed Eye Orb is used to similar effect in this game. I'm not going to say right now... Oh, hang on, you don't roll here. I'm not going to say right now who you use it on to invade, but can you guess? I'm curious if any of you will work out. If we have time, I might do it in this video. If not, I will open the next video with doing that. Right, so we are supposed to go through this fog wall, not well. But, you know what? No, there's an easier way to do this. We're going over here. We're going to take our life into our hands and we're going to go, whee! Safe. Use Nestus because I took some falling damage. And if we go down here and light a torch, we can bring some light to this place. This will not infuriate the Finito guy, as long as you don't go back to him with the torch lit. It's basically just his room you have to obey the law in. So if we light the top of this woman's head, for some reason, you should see that the place gets a bit brighter. A bunch of torches light. Also, there's a helicopter going past my window again. I swear, there's been about 15 in total helicopters going past my house today. There must be a big military show up north somewhere. And that might be them heading back now. So if you do hear it, or if you hear my dogs reacting, I apologise. The dogs got scared earlier by the noise. And I say dogs because I'm looking after my sister's dog at the moment. Don't remember what's in here, but it's not terribly important, I don't think. This is basically just a big shortcut to get to a bonfire easier, by the way. And lighting that torch down there so that you can see what you're doing a bit better. We're about halfway done with Undead Crypt, believe it or not. Getting through it quite quick, but the final part is the part that is going to be pure murder for me, unless I can get an NPC, a player summon. But here we go, we have the bonfire. The only other bonfire in the area, might I add. Our next goal is to open up a shortcut to get back to this bonfire easier. Now let me just check my spells here. I really like Soul Greatsword. I don't want to get rid of it, but at the same time I don't want to get rid of any of my other spells. Homing Crystal Soul Mass, even if it doesn't do much damage, the knockback alone is fantastic. I think I won't change my equipment yet, and then once I do get another space, I'll equip that other Soul Spear I bought off the Finito. I think that's probably the best bet. So in this next area there's an infinite spawn of hollows that come out the ground, and there's a bunch of graves. There is also big statues. The big statues spawn spectres of some kind. I don't know what their official name is. They will constantly spawn the spectres until you destroy the statue they spawn from. Now another thing of interest is they drop a sword called the Blue Sword, and it has a special attack where it actually casts magic. And I really am curious if it's going to be decent for my mage. Why did that not lock on? Thank you. So I really hope I get one. If I don't, what I'm going to have to do is farm them off camera. Those guys there. They also cast Pyromancy. I was concentrating on killing the statue first because it's the most dangerous thing. Let's see whose magic is better. Clearly not yours. What I should have done was bring a rusty coin to use to increase my luck, and that will give me more chance of getting the drop from them. Typically I got the drop on my Ultra Greatsword build, which is basically the least likely class to use a spell sword. And I mean it is a literal spell sword. Ooh, Flame Geyser or something. Oh. Did you see that? I was trying to lock onto, you know, either two of them, and it locked onto the hollow over there. This is the fog wall we were at the other side of earlier. It just, if you go the drop down route, you get to light the torch, which helps, and then, oh, the slowdown there was amazing. You also don't need to stumble through the dark here to try and find the bonfire, and actually you could miss the bonfire depending on which side you stay to. Chunk and a petrified bone, excellent. Up here there's going to be another mage, so we're going to zap her at close range. Oh, that's why my lock-on is particularly bad, because it's so dark. Yes, I've been silly. Yeah, you're resistant to magic, not surprisingly, but still. Oh, that's right, I just remembered we have an NPC invasion to deal with in a second also. That's going to be a bit tricky. Dried Finger, Bonfire, Ascentic, and another Twinkling Time. Hello! Did you just climb that ladder all by yourself? Aren't you a clever boy? And now you're dead. And we're going to drop down here behind this statue so I can start destroying it without hopefully getting aggro. Excellent. Yeah, I think if you hit them directly from behind, you don't actually summon the spirits to protect them. Now let's go over here. Nope, apparently not. Thank you. I can't remember if the statues come back after you destroy them. I think they do. Either way, I know there's an infinite spawn of these ghosts somewhere later on. Ow! Ow! Son of a bitch. Right, don't let them do a combo on me. Oh, isn't that cute? You've got spells too. Oh, damn, I triggered the NPC invasion. I don't want to fight him out here, there's too much crap in the way. I need to fight him in here where there's room to roll. Hey there, nameless usurper. Oh, you are screwed. Why didn't it do the other spell? Come over here. Come over here. Yeah, I kicked your ass. Okay, that went surprisingly well. Stay away from the walls in certain areas, by the way, because if I trigger it here, there's ghosts in the wall. There is a ghost here somewhere. Also, did you see that? That looks like a fake wall because I can see the gap in it. Oh, either way. There's a ghost over here for sure. There he is. They use great swords. Did I miss anything back here? I don't believe so. Oh, I did. I missed an... Oh, please be the sword. It is! Blue flame. That's the sword. I thought it was the blue sword, but blue flame. Right, so. Blue flame. It's got much lower base raw damage. And at present, it's got less magic bonus damage than it does fire. But I have more magic bonus than I do fire. So I think once I upgrade this a little bit, it's going to be much better. And as it says here, it's got a sorcery attack. So let me just equip it. Oh, hang on a minute. I can't use it? Oh, I don't believe it. I need 13 strength and 15 dex. Are you serious? What am I at? Oops. I'm at... Oh. Damn it. That's going to be like 5 levels wasted to wield it. Oh, the special attack is great. Soul Sword. Oh, wait. Hang on a minute. Did that use my spell up? Let me test. Ah. I can use it as a catalyst. I don't need to switch to my staff. That's good, I guess. But I mean, it doesn't have as much magic bonus as my staff. My staff's at like 170 plus 83. It's currently at 107. But I still think that might be worth upgrading. I mean, you're still always going to want to have a staff of some kind as a mage. But sometimes I accidentally switch to my sword, and if I do have to suddenly cast Soul Greatsword, for example, I now have the means to do it using the sword. I did want to use a low tier magic restore item. I'll just use a good tier. Through here we've got what looks like a dead end, but it's actually just a couple of disguised enemies that are a massive pain. You want to walk down the middle here because either side is surrounded by ghosts. Yeah, you see that space up ahead? Those are enemies, and they're probably going to be basically immune to magic. If you have pyromancy, you can fire flame swath such that it lands behind them and it does full damage. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to get through. I kind of just want to roll past these guys because honestly I can't kill them. Uh-oh. Oh crap. Yeah, I wanted to stop and explain about this next room before dropping down, but I'm not going to be able to, I don't think, unless... Oh, I don't think they can follow me. Fantastic, right. When you drop down to this next room, there's a hollow that will constantly spawn and walk towards a bell. If he rings a bell, all the statues will spawn a ghost at the same time. They will all come for you and they will rape you. I assume. They kill you first. So I'm not going to linger in this next room a long time, especially because I've just got the sword that I was wanting off them. You want to find the exit which has it's got a black line in the middle of the door. Or on the ground, I mean. That's what you want to aim for. So we're going to try and do this in one. I'm going to S this, in fact. Let's see if we can do this. Roll down. Oh, that's not a roll, that's a back pedal. Where is the one with oh, there it is. It's got the track down the middle. This is the exit. There is a bunch of items in there. Like that one right there that I can probably grab. There's the hollow going for the bell right now. And I'm just going to run. Yeah, so there is more items to farm there. I'll probably do that off camera. There's an exceptionally high chance of death because of the damn constantly spawning hollow that rings the bell. And every time he rings the bell, if you haven't destroyed all of the statues, ghosts will come and get you. And that is us opened up a shortcut back to the bonfire. And now we've basically got a almost straight run to the boss. But it's just a room filled with tons of those tower shield guys. Sunbro. That is... Please still be there when I rest. I was going to go spend souls if possible, but... Or upgrade the staff, but... I need help clearing this next room. I just do. There's no two ways about it. It's full of the guys I can't hurt with magic. And this was the thing I was dreading. I was not looking forward to this next area. If I can get a Sunbro to help me, that's fantastic. Oh, son of a... Oh, you'll do. You're not a Sunbro, but... I am uploading, so that's probably a problem. Oh, Sunbro. I only want to summon one person, though, because I want to show you the NPC summon for the boss. Well, he failed as well, so that's fine, I suppose. Ushi Kirihashu. You're wearing the farm armour without a helmet, and you're a lady. If this fails, I'm just going. Oh, may God have mercy on our souls. Alright, we're going to do this the hard way then. Well, actually, there's technically an easy way. I could just run for the fog wall, but in doing so, I wouldn't be able to summon the NPC, and I don't rate my chances of killing this boss solo. The first thing I want to do for sure, and if I don't do it, I may have to go back and rest at the bonfire to make sure I do. Oh, hang on a minute. Can't remember if this is a mimic or not. It is not. Good. It's a very easy chest to miss if you haven't done the light thing that I did. Magic stone, dark stone. Meh. Yeah, the first thing you want to do when you come into this room, drop down off the left or the right, kill the hollow in here without him ringing the bell and without you ringing the bell. So in other words, be very careful if you swing a sword. If he rings the bell or if you ring the bell, every one of these obelisk type things here, they summon one of those ghosts. So now I've done that and killed him, I won't have to worry. Sunbro, please. Iliandis. That rings a bell. Have I summoned you before? I swear I've summoned you before. Yeah, this is made infinitely easier by killing that hollow without him or you ringing the bell, because you don't have to deal with a bunch of infinitely spawning ghosts. But even then, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 of the Terror Shield guys. One I can drag away myself, but the others will come in sets of 2, and given that magic is useless against them, this is the challenge I was alluding to. So I guess we'll trigger the first one by doing just this. Hopefully he'll come and get me. Oh! How come that didn't get blocked by his Terror Shield? Like that! And I accidentally got 2 of them, which is not good. And they both got spears as well, so they both have extended reach. Where the hell was that going? Lock-on distance in here is horrific. I'm trying to go for the backstab. That's not a backstab, but at least I got damage. Oh, and I got Iliandis. Excellent. Help me out, please. Thank you. Sunbro's to the rescue. And I would bow, but I don't think I have bow. I'll welcome you with open arms. Give me a hug! Kiss me! Oh, you've got the dueling bow. I don't have that yet, by the way, because you get it for joining the Blue Sentinels, which is beyond where you fight old Dragon Slayer. I didn't want to lose my membership to the Sunbros, so that's why I haven't bothered. I've already got the trophy for collecting all gestures on a different character, so it wasn't that important to me. Yo, hang on, so that's 5 more guys, and well, we just killed 2. Which means, yeah, there's a lot more than I thought. Oh, he's just triggered the other 2, that's not good. Oh, they used Soul Greatsword as well. I did not know that. Well, in fact, no, their version is far more badass because it's lightning. I want that version. You see how smart he's being? He's deliberately tanking them and making them show their backs to me so that my spells hit and do full damage. He knows what he's doing. Let's put it that way. He is doing well. Right, so there's 2 more to kill, and that is the NPC summon right there. And I suppose I should start talking about the next boss before we get straight into it, really. It's Velstadt, I believe, yes, how you pronounce it, the Royal Aegis. In other words, he is the bodyguard of the king. He uses a gigantic mace/bell, and he does a lot of damage. He starts off manageable, and then halfway through the fight he will empower himself with dark and become infinitely stronger, and I really worry about how much damage he's going to do to me if he catches me. So we're going to try and not get caught. And we're summoning Grave Warden, whatever, and I think we're just going to go straight in. This is going to be tricky. Alright, let's go. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm used to fighting this guy with enough stamina to block his attacks. Oh, we get a cutscene, I forgot about that. I will let this play. I hope the Sunbro doesn't get too annoyed. It's not a very long one, it just shows him off. So his basic attacks are all just running up to you and swinging, mostly. If you stay at range and you're the only one there... Oh, I didn't realise he actually has a human face. Huh. You caught a glimpse of it just as he was turning. Yeah, if you keep him at range, he will then use dark magic once he does empower himself. I think maybe even before he does. And it's really damaging. Maybe even more so than his physical, because it's to try and encourage you to actually have a sword fight. I'm not built for sword fights. Please don't come near me. Whew. Right. Tanks. Do your work. I will be damage dealer. Oh, you stupid pillar. I wonder if the blowback from this will work. No, but it did a crap ton of damage. I'm curious if he's going to take less damage from magic once he does his power up. He definitely takes less from melee. That is 100% a fact, because I was testing on another character. He is actually taking reasonable damage. He just... Oh, this is him doing his power up. I am actually going to use a herb very quickly, because I want more crystal homing soul masses. By the way, Grave Warden, whatever his name, is really good for this fight. He does really, really well. I know he takes a lot of damage, but he deals quite a lot, and he's an excellent tank. He also does a badass hex. I'm not entirely sure which one it is. That one. Yeah, that. Oh, he's going to go down now, though, I think. He is taking less damage from spells. That was doing double before. I totally forgot about Soul Spears, might I add. I thought I'd unequipped them all. Oh, this is where it's going to get tricky. He's taking 95 from a Great Heavy. That is bad. But he is supposed to get harder. We are going to do this unless he comes and smacks me and one-shots me. We're going to do this. Eventually. Gotcha with a great sword. Great soul sword, whatever. Praise the sun, brother! We've earned a sun medal each and defeated Velstadt. And I'll use my new prostration symbol to imply that maybe this is not my first attempt. Thank you! And now I'm going to do the roll dance. Sunlight medal! Sunlight medal! Yeah! Sorry, I just realised I shouldn't be like making jokes and fun because we're about to have a very depressing moment. So let's just ignore that I just did that and let's go talk to King Vendrick. I'm now putting on my serious voice. Because alas, King Vendrick, the person who was supposed to cure us of the curse that is turning us hollow, has himself become a mindless hollow. He will just wander around, dragging his sword around, while sad music plays. You are supposed to feel helpless at this point because he was your only hope for a cure, and look what happened to him. But what we do need is where his armour has been piled up. The King's Seal, ring rather, but it acts as the King's Seal. So, King Vendrick is an optional boss. He has no bearing on the story whatsoever after this point. If you hit him enough, he will become a boss. He is basically invincible, almost, when you first fight him. You have to have at least 4 Souls of the Giant in your inventory, and we will get more later on, to be able to do some damage to him. If you have fully 5, you can do normal damage to him, although he still has a lot of HP. If you're curious about seeing the fight against him, go watch my video on fighting every boss in the game. I kill him in that. Not going to do it in this character. Oh, and hello, Emerald Herald. We last saw you outside Vendrick Castle. What are you doing here?
This ring is the symbol of the king. Use it to gain passage through the king's gate and venture to the far east. Bearer of the curse, if you are to be the next monarch, then one day you will walk those grounds without really knowing why.
And then she will say no more on the subject, and neither will I for now. So now that we have the King's Ring, there's a lot of doors that we now have access to. Basically any door that you've seen in your journeys that said you must have the symbol of the king. It means that ring, and it will open if you're wearing it when you approach. So I believe there's 3 in total. There's the one we need to go to progress through the story. There is one in Forest of Fallen Giants that we can open now, just to get a bonfire beyond it, although we don't actually have to go there for the story until later. And there is a 3rd in Vendrick Castle. And I believe, actually I'm very curious if I go to the Vendrick Castle one, if we now have access to a certain boss that's pretty tough. And I'm going back to the bonfire to warp. I'll warp to Forest of Fallen Giants first, just to get that door there in the bonfire, so I don't need to wear the King's Ring all the damn time, because it's a pain in the ass having to wear the ring to open the doors. Forest of Fallen Giants, and we want the Cardinal Tower. So I don't have much else to offer in terms of strategy against Velstadt. Once he does his power up, be very, very cautious. If you're using a very good stamina shield like Havel's shield, for instance, you can take his hits even once he's powered up. Just be very cautious when you choose to attack. And if you do want to see a melee build fighting him, as I say, I've got a video uploaded of me killing every boss. I beat every boss with a melee build, so you're seeing the mage kills in this playthrough, and if you want to see a melee kill of any particular boss, go to that video. The door we want is directly across from us, in fact. Oh yeah, that's right, I killed all these enemies. I'm not going to bother going down there, but just to remind you, the key that you get at the start of Iron Keep after you turn off all the flamethrowers opens the door alongside the giant boss, the very first boss, and it allows you access down there where all those flame salamanders are and whatnot. The hawk ring is down there. That's about the only real thing of value in my opinion. That's the ring that makes your arrows fly much further. Other than that, it's just some souls and items. So these are what King's Seal doors look like, so we're going to have to wear the damn ring. So get rid of the Clarathi ring, and the King's ring is that one right there. I believe that these doors disguise loads, by the way, so that's why they take a while to open, I think. And there's a bonfire right inside here, thankfully. Anytime you're ready. Right there. And there's also another treeified giant through here. This one is actually important to the story, the others are optional, so again, keep in mind that it's here. I think there's an item we can get, although if we have to drop down I'm not doing it because then I'd have to fight my way through a bunch of hollows. Yeah, I would need to drop down there, so I'm not going to do that because I still only have the one homeward bone. And we'll go open up the door in Drangleic Castle now, because I do want to be... I'm curious whether I have access to a certain boss now. Which one do we want? We want the very first. We want Kingsgate in Drangleic Castle. So assuming, and I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't be, that this works, we get access to the Throne of Want, which is actually where the finale of the game takes place, but you go there first to kill another boss, a different boss. If you choose not to kill the boss now, or indeed any time before you trigger the finale, I guess, you would have to still fight them and then you fight the last boss straight after. So you don't want to do that, in my opinion. You do want to make sure you kill the bosses, it's actually 2 of them, that is in the Throne of Want prior to unlocking the end. Although I'm not sure if I want to take them on right now, given that I've got a ton of souls that I don't want to lose. I'm just very curious. I just need to run in here a little bit, see if there's a fog wall, and then that will confirm to me, and we'll probably... Yep, there's the fog wall right down there, right. There's 2 NPC summons for that boss. I'll go into much more detail about it in the next video, because I think I'll take them on in the next part just to get them out of the way. I think it's going to be pretty easy as a mage, but I don't want to eat my words, so please forget I just said that. Right, we'll go to Majula to spend my souls before I lose them, and then we'll go open up the most important door that we just got the seal to open, which will progress us to the next area of the game that forwards the story. And we will also get the final part to Lucatiel's storyline as well, but as I've been explaining in previous parts, we will not get the good version where she thanks you for keeping her sane and gives you a copy of her gear and her sword because she has died in some of the in the fights where I've summoned her. But we are going to see basically the same amount of text other than that one line. So what did I need for that smart sword? It was like 13 strength and 16 dex, I think, or vice versa. It was definitely at least 12 strength, so I'll put 12, 2 into there. And I still need 5 more levels to get another spell slot. I may do some off-camera leveling between now and the next part too. Oh yeah, I want to check what upgrades that sword. I really hope it's not Twinkling Titanite, although saying that, because I've only been using Twinkling Titanite on Straid's hood, I'll probably end up with a bit of a surplus by the end of the game. So there it is. It does use Twinkling Titanite. Can I guess or can I guess? And it was 13 and 15. Alright. I like it as a weapon, even if it's not as practical as a fire sword. So... well, hang on a minute. Is Straid's hat fully upgraded? Yeah, it is, because it's not in the list. So it's at +5. Perfect. That means I don't need my Twinkling Titanite for anything else for now. So yeah, I've only got 1. I'll get that to +1. I like the way it looks as well. It's a pretty badass looking sword. I've still got 14,000 souls. Well, that'll put me in good stead when I start farming off camera, I suppose. Right, so we want to go to... where is it? The Crossroads. Yeah, the Ruined Fork Road. And we're going to go in the straight ahead door, I believe. I showed it off in a previous part again. And we are approaching... we're not... well, I was going to say we're approaching the end of the game. We're not really. There's 3 full areas still to go through, and then there's a bunch of side ones. And that's not... well, they're technically side ones. And then, of course, we do have all the optional bosses, although, given I have now uploaded a video of me killing every boss, I may not go out of my way to kill the Covenant-related bosses on this character. Is it this door? Yes, it is this door. Good. And I do still have the ring equipped, right? I didn't take it off. Good. Because we're going to run around the next corner into another one of those doors. And I can't remember the name of the next area. It's basically a big mansion filled with experiments and whatnot. I quite like it. It's a bit of a pain though. When I was on my Ultra Greatsword build, I got invaded by a player while going through this next area. And it's a very dicky area to invade. Second only to Shrine of Amana, obviously. Open up, open up, open up, open up, open up, open up, open up. I'm impatient. Anytime you're ready, door. Aldia's Keep, that's the one. It's technically not a keep, it's a mansion, but whatever. There's Aldia's Keep / mansion. And now that we're through that door, I'll just be putting my other ring back on. Thank you very much. There we go. So we've got some items on the left here. There's also a bunch of dogs that cause petrification when they hit you. So be a bit cautious when they come for you. In fact, I'm just going to protect myself because there's a bonfire right here, so... Hello, doggy. There you go. Oh, they're all coming at once. That's not good, especially if they avoid my spells. Or just run past me. Or are they monkeys? They're monkeys, not dogs. Don't know if that's better or worse. Gonna get hit. Oh, he did a third or maybe just shy of a quarter of a petrification bar in one little swipe. I'm glad I took that the cautious route. 10 poison throwing knives, fair enough. Alluring skulls times 3. I bet you could probably use the alluring skulls to great effect here. Wait. I think that's a mimic. I'm almost certain that's a mimic, so I'm going to waste a soul spear because, as I say, there's a bonfire right there, so... It totally is a mimic! Alright, I think he drops the last bit of the dark set. I think I've got all of them now. He also drops the sunset staff and the dark mask. The dark mask basically makes you look like death. It's very funny. Yeah, there's the dark mask. You can tell just by the picture. Either that or maybe a member of the Kiss Army. I don't know. What about that sunset staff? Oh, it is. Oh, oh, it's a scepter. Oh, I mean, it's a wand. It's for casting sorceries. It's got an A in int or magic bonus. Huh. Now, is a lower number for casting time a benefit or speed at which spells can be cast? So, I mean, it is showing that 105 is in red there. So, does that mean that spells cast much slower if I use this staff? Because the red number implies a negative, even though you would think a lower casting number would be better. It's not the staff that I plan to use. We're still 2 areas away from getting the staff I plan to use. I may just wait and get that. I'm not disappointed with how my witch tree branch is performing, put it that way. And we will light this bonfire, and then we're going to have our final conversation with Lucatio. I did warn you it wasn't going to have a happy outcome, so here we go.
Who are you? Oh. No. Forgive me. I know you. Yes, of course. How goes your journey? I know not what you seek in this faraway land, but I pray for your safety. My name is Lucatio. I beg of you remember my name, for I may not myself.
That's all she's going to say. Yep. So there would have been an extra line in there about thank you for keeping me sane this long. Here, have this, and then she gives you a copy of all her gear and her greatsword. You can also just kill her for it if you wanted, but that is a sin. Right, so I think that's going to wrap up this part. Next time we will be pushing through Aldia's Keep, or we'll be going to go kill that boss in the Throne of Want that I was just looking at. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm not sure how they'll scale difficulty-wise. We'll see, I guess. I'll decide in between parts. I may do some off-screen leveling now, just a little bit to get enough to wield that sword correctly. I'm going to go test very quickly what that staff needs to upgrade. I'm just curious if it's Twinkling Titanite or if it's just regular chunks. Let's have a look. Very, very quickly. So reinforce, where is it? Sunlight staff. I'm blind, aren't I? I can't see it. Oh. It looks smaller there. It uses Twinkling Titanite as well. Not my... No, I wouldn't upgrade it then. No, not for me. Not when I know that I'm aiming at a better staff than that. For a pure sorcery build, I mean. So anyway, that is going to conclude this episode. Thank you very much for sticking with the series, and I shall see you next time. My name has been Flik. Ta-ta for now.